In this video, I'm going to be giving you a guide on how you can get a ton of experience within a short period of time, especially if you're trying to hit level 50 before next month. Because next month, we're going to be seeing an increase to the trainer level cap to level 80, and for all those players who hit level 50 before that happens, they're going to be getting themselves a bunch of legacy items. And I really do think that even if you are level 50, these are some of the things you should be doing right now, because once the level cap gets increased to 80, you're going to want to farm up as much experience as possible to hit the new level cap. So that's precisely what I'm going to be talking about in this video. Let's get right into it. Alright, how's it going everyone? Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. So today we're going to be talking about how you can farm up experience in Pokemon Go. This is pretty important because next month we're going to see an increase to the trainer level cap to level 80, and that means the experience grind is once again going to be a part of your daily Pokemon Go play. And maybe for some of you, you are still not yet level 50, and you're looking for a guide on how you can get some really good experience really quickly so that you can hit level 50 before the level cap gets increased. And I totally think that if you were to follow this guide, you're going to get yourself a ton of experience, and for some of you, you possibly might hit level 50 and pick up yourself those legacy items. So let's get right into it. Let's just start talking about how you can farm up experience. Let's talk about one of the most tried and true methods, which I think is still relevant to this day, and that is to pop a lucky egg and to mass evolve your Pokemon. Now, the key caveat with this thing is that for a lot of players, this is a great way for you to use your lucky eggs, especially if you're sitting on a whole bunch of them and you just don't know what to do with them. What you could do is evolve a whole bunch of your Pokemon after you pop a lucky egg, and you're going to get yourself a ton of experience. Something that players used to do back in the day is chain evolve a whole bunch of Pokemon after popping a lucky egg, and what they would do is save up a whole bunch of Pidgeys with a whole bunch of candies and then just evolve them. The reason why they would do Pidgey is because the evolution cost from Pidgey to Pidgeotto was only 12 candies, so it was really easy to just mass evolve this one Pokemon and you can get yourself a ton of experience. Each time you evolve a Pokemon, you get about 1,000 experience, which means with a lucky egg, that's going to be 2,000 experience, and if you were to evolve one particular Pokemon en masse, you could net yourself quite a lot within a short period of time. Now, this is also one of the most tedious methods, which I do not suggest you do, especially because you need to farm up a whole bunch of one particular Pokemon and try to get as much candies of that Pokemon as possible so that you can evolve them. But I really do think this still could work, especially if you're sitting on a whole bunch of Pokemon. Before you transfer them, you should evolve them, and make sure you pop a lucky egg before you do that. Now, another method for getting a whole bunch of experience, which is also tried and true, is doing a whole bunch of chain raiding while also popping a lucky egg. If you complete a bunch of raids with a lucky egg, you're going to net yourself a ton of experience, and this is something you should definitely do on a raid day. The specific reason is because on raid days, you do have short timers and you do have a lot of raiders that are out and about, so you complete raids a lot more frequently. If you pop a lucky egg after you do that, you're going to get yourself a ton of experience because each raid that you complete can net you close to about 10,000 experience. I believe that's how much it is. I think it's different for raids where it's going to be a mega evolution, but at least for legendary raids, it's about 10,000 experience. So that means if you were to pop a lucky egg and complete, let's say, about 5 raids while the lucky egg is going, that's going to net you 100,000 experience. That's quite a lot. It's actually a lot more than the amount you could potentially get when you pop a lucky egg and do a whole bunch of evolutions. So this is definitely a really good method. Now, a third and probably the best method, and you know that I was going to talk about this, but it is, of course, the friendship system. If you were to have a whole bunch of friends on your friends list and you were to level up their friendship levels to ultra friends and best friends, and then pop a lucky egg before you do, you're going to net yourself an absolute ton of experience. The best thing you will want to do is to actually line up a whole bunch of your friends to ultra friends or best friends, and then pop a lucky egg right before you hit those thresholds. So this is a great way, probably the best way. The reason why I say that is because if you were to pop a lucky egg, you would get 100,000 experience for every ultra friend you get, and you would get 200,000 experience for every best friend you get. Considering you need millions of experience per level after a certain point, you're going to want to do this method. The best thing you can do is to constantly open and send gifts with your friends and try to hit best friends. And the nice thing is, now you can just pop a lucky egg immediately after you hit best friends with someone. There is actually a prompt. I do not think that was something that a lot of players were aware of, but if you were to hit best friends with a friend right now, you will be given the chance to pop a lucky egg before you actually get that experience, which I think is a big thing because for a lot of people, they just do not do that. They miss out on a ton of experience. So make sure you do that. Make sure you pop a lucky egg before hitting best friends or when you hit best friends and collect that massive amounts of experience. Now there's plenty of other ways you can get experience. Of course, one of the big things is that you need to work on your curveball excellent throws, because if you were to get curveball excellent throws consistently, then you're going to get yourself tons of experience just naturally while playing the game. You don't even have to pop a lucky egg. It's just with every single Pokemon that you catch, if you're constantly landing curveball excellent throws, you're going to net yourself extra experience. And of course, if you were to get it as on the first ball, that's also going to net you bonus experience. These are all very important things. So as you're continuously playing Pokemon Go, make sure you're working on your throws, making sure you practice every single day. And then as your throws get better, you're going to start seeing even more experience come in. And then another thing, just going back to the mass evolutions, you should also pay really close attention to spotlight hours, because there are going to be certain spotlight hours that are going to give you massive experience bonuses. Some of them are going to be double the experience whenever you catch Pokemon, but others are going to be double the experience when you evolve Pokemon. That'll definitely be one where you will want to mass evolve, and make sure you pop a lucky egg before you do that. Then you're going to get yourself 4 times the amount of experience, and that is pretty massive. So definitely keep that in mind. So yeah, these are all really solid methods. Most of them are tried and true. A lot of players have been using these methods over the past several years, and they've been able to get themselves a ton of experience. Even for myself, getting to level 50 required just an intense amount of experience grinding, but I was using these specific methods in order to get the required experience. And I do plan to continue to use these methods, especially the friendship level method, before I hit level 80. And I do think even afterwards, I'm going to continue to farm experience after that. So yeah, this is all really exciting stuff. I'm really excited to see what it's going to be when I hit level 80 and what kind of rewards I'm going to get. So yeah, I hope this video was really helpful for you. If there is a particular tip that you feel like deserves to be mentioned for farming experience, make sure you share it in the comments below. And yeah, let's all try to help each other out, because once the new level cap comes in, it's definitely going to be a big grind, and pretty much everyone is going to be busy farming up experience. And that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end. If you ended up enjoying this video and found it to be helpful, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if it's your first time here, and don't forget that notification bell so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And real quick, let me give a shout out to all of my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support the Jinsula channel, the best way you can do that is going to be by joining my Patreon. And if you decide to become a paid Patreon member, I'm going to add you to my Pokemon Go friends list. That means for stuff like remote raids, the friendship system, opening and sending gifts, different things like that. If you want to play Pokemon Go with me, then make sure you go and check out my Patreon. I'll put a link to it in the description below. And if you want to support my channel in a completely different way, you could do so by following me on social media. My handle is @Jinsula. I'm on the platforms you see on the bottom of your screen right now. Make sure you go over there and give me a follow, and that'll be a huge help to my channel. And you'll get some exclusive content. You'll be able to keep up with my daily life. With all that said, that's going to be it for this video. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself today, and I'll catch you all later.